So the plan yesterday afternoon was to go watch Nosferatu and then review that for the channel. The hot wings that I had for lunch had other plans and did a number on my digestive system. Let's just leave it at that. And so instead I had to stay home. And I decided to review The Order, a action thriller drama with Nicholas Hoult and Jude Law. So let's talk about this movie. Thank you so much for checking out the video. Before we get started, click on the subscribe button and the notification bell. That way you know whenever I post a new piece of content. You can also follow me on X, Hometown0YT. You can also follow me on Instagram at RealHometown0. So, I like a good thriller movie. I really do. And this is a really, really, really good one. Jude Law plays the grizzled FBI agent who you can tell has like clearly seen some stuff. And he moves to the small town of Coeur d'Alene, Idaho to reopen this derelict FBI field office and immediately finds out that the town has a bit of a white supremacy problem in that there's this splinter group from the Aryan Nation that is posting flyers throughout the city. And so he figures, what is all this about? And then starts to look into this local leader who's played by Hoult. And there's this big investigation. And it's actually based on a true story that did happen in the early 1980s. And great performance from Hoult. Although I will say, he's kind of a tough sell because I've actually seen interviews with him in real life. And he seems like he's just the nicest, most genuine person on the planet. He's kind of a tough sell in this particular role, but he absolutely has moments where you can tell this guy is just a huge monster and just a horrible person. So Hoult does a very good job portraying that, despite, I don't know, he does a good job of acting. Right? So that's the entire point. But he does a really good job as Bob Matthews. And then Jude Law, I never really like pictured him doing this type of film. But I mean, he's at the age now where he like can sink into this type of role perfectly. And he really does a good job. It is interesting also to see two British actors doing pretty decent American accents. So the movie is like really, really violent. The movie deals with some really like intense themes, and it does a very good job like juggling all of that. It's also like a really straightforward story. There's not like flashbacks. And I will say, I think if I have one like significant critique of the movie, our main character doesn't really get anything in the way of backstory, which I think is fine. It keeps the film like on a very kind of lean path, and it, as a result, is like very by the books. But our protagonist, our main guy, we don't really like get to see what drives him other than he gets paid by the FBI to do his job. And I think seems like there's actually a lot of backstory that is mentioned, but doesn't ever really get pushed to the forefront. So I think this is like a really good movie. Sorry, like my camera screen just turned off, but it's clearly still recording when I look at my PC. So I just had a minor panic attack in the middle of recording this video. And fortunately, I don't think I'm going to have to start it over again. So The Order is a really good movie. It's a really just textbook, rock solid action thriller. So leans much more towards the thriller side. But great performances from Law, from Ty Sheridan, who's like all grown up now and I hate. And obviously Nicholas Hoult is really, really good here too. So I like The Order. You should watch it. It's a great movie. Next week I'll review Nosferatu, as long as I don't eat chicken wings at the wrong time. and then have bowel issues. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, if you found it helpful, consider liking, subscribing, and sharing the video. That helps a lot. And let me know what you think in the comments of this movie. Did you like the order? Did you think it was good? Did you think it was trash? And I'll see you next Wednesday at 9 a.m.